Miracle Tree is a breathtaking, multilingual choral production that weaves together the high-spirited threads of South Africa's linguistic and poetic culture, inspired by Bongekile Mbanjwa's evocative poem, Isihlahla Sezimanga. This stunning work showcases original compositions by composer Franco Prinsloo, performed by voices, plus it's under the skilled direction of Sizwe Mondlane, with Vus'umuzi Phakathi's narrative and poetry, Jade Bowers' artistic direction. There will be a preview performance that's happening just before heading to this year's Toyota Stellenbosch Woordfees. And UJ Choir Master Sizwe Mondlane now joins us for more. Sizwe, welcome back. Congrats.
Thank
wow.
you so much. Thank you.
We were just chatting about the significance of Heritage Day having passed, but the celebrations continue because every day, you know, we loudly and proudly celebrate our heritage.
Exactly.
So tell us a little bit more about the rehearsal process and what's gone into this endeavor.
Oh, what an amazing piece of work, actually. It takes so much work to put it together.
Yes.
But Franco is such an amazing and a genius composer that he put, I think, about 5 or 6 South African languages into this work to celebrate artistic cultivation in our society. So it's been such a great process. We started this in March this year, starting preparing, and it's actually coming together. I can't wait for people to see it.
I was trying to ask you how that rehearsal process actually went, because everyone has different schedules, everyone has different times. How often do you also have to practice and get together? What was that behind the scenes moment?
So Voices Plus is actually made up of university choir students from the University of Johannesburg choir. It's about 20 of them or so. So we always have to align our calendars together, but it's such a gruesome process. They love it. They love it. They're so passionate. I think it's their escape. So it's very easy for them to kind of be like, no, we'll make time. And you know, I don't play about that. So I'm just like,
yes, you're very thorough with that. But you're collaborating, you're co-creating as well, and so that inputs and that magic must be out of this world, especially because it's such a high energy event as well, right? Yes. Can you tell us a little bit more about the significance of the incorporation of our local languages, of even just the sounds, what that does to preserve our culture and heritage as well?
I love that because music is such a big part of our heritage.
Yes.
It forms as a, landmark of some sorts to tell you what happened in this time. They encapsulate it in the music. So if you want to know what happened in a certain era, go to the music, it'll tell you. So this kind of encapsulate our time, and then if you want to reference back, you go back. So it's been such a creative process where Franco actually delves into it. The Artist in Residency program allows him to kind of do some sort of research, and the university stimulates the creativity by funding it. And then he does some research and then puts all that work to music, and that becomes such a, like a rainbow of like art.
A history lesson, a healing moments as well. What was something that you learned that was surprising about the way sounds and beats and are put together from our own history and heritage?
I think for me, I always lean to the safer type of music, and Franco stretched me on this one. There's playful songs, there's songs which have really intricate rhythms.
Yes.
And the children had to jump in there. There's so much language that was used that kind of celebrates our heritage. So learning all about that and teaching other people about it as well. So when I present it to the students, I have to get there knowing my stuff. So I have to go research, I have to go read, I have to ask Franco certain questions and then come to them, then we learn together.
What was the creative process with Jade Bowers and Vus'umuzi Phakathi as well in that?
Vus'umuzi is such an amazing writer. So after they had their brainstorming sessions, which were actually so extensive. They met every other day. We're on this group and they tell me what's going on every time and I read back. And when I read the poetry after that session, I received goosebumps because he talks about this tree, this big tree that we can all benefit from if we take care of it.
Yes.
And it talks about this tree being there to see all the floods, the famine, more than what we have experienced as humans, and we need to take care of this nature. Yeah. So it was such a beautiful process to watch.
Yeah, I mean, trees around us, they're ancient, right? They're ancient custodians of knowledge as well. And when we're looking at where it's going to be performing, I mean, you guys have been rehearsing since March. So when it comes to the actual performance, where is it taking place? How do we get tickets? Are there preview shows that are also happening?
So we actually have a preview show in Johannesburg on the 14th of October, which is like this coming Tuesday. It's happening at the UJ Bunting Theatre, and tickets are available on Quickets. And then that's just before we go to Stellenbosch for the Toyota Woordfees, where the show will be happening on the 17th and on the 18th of October.
When it comes to putting all of this together, I mean, we're unified in our diversity. yes, there were different languages they incorporated, but not everyone speaks that language, right? And then understands the nuances and the context. And so I wonder if you're putting all of this together beyond the time, what were some of those other challenges that you would have had to overcome or perhaps embrace for this to become richer and fuller as well?
I think everyone had to kind of stretch beyond what they knew, because there's a narration happening throughout the performance, which kind of helps take everyone through the journey. But we had to get everyone who's part of this production on board to see the same vision, so that we can be on stage and be of the same mind, you know, so that we can push that beyond language barrier. I think that was the biggest one, because that's his research angle, how so many languages and people from different backgrounds can just form this one beautiful thing that we can all be a part of.
Yeah.
So I think it was...
And I mean, we're also entering the festive season, and exactly, you're smiling. Bimi, tell us a little bit more about what else we can expect then as we continue.
I mean, from this project, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, we're hoping to record it so that it can be encapsulated and we can share it with as many people as we can, because it is such an amazing thing that I think everyone needs to hear.
Thank you for that teaser. Appreciate it. So thank you, Sizwe. Tuesday, you said, right?
Yes,
what
this
time?
Tuesday at 7 o'clock, Bunting Theatre.
Might ask you to save me a seat there to come in and add some feedback notes. Thank you, Sizwe Mondlane, this morning. The UJ Choir Master chatting to us about Miracle Tree, of course, that performance taking place in Stellenbosch, but the preview event taking place on the 14th of October, which is this Tuesday at 7 p.m, so you do not want to miss it. It's based on Isihlahla Sezimanga, of course, that intricate piece of work there that is so evocative, but also just celebrates our rich history, heritage, and culture at large. And thank you to him for joining us at the Saba. We'll be right back after this.